loads of really ugly customers. Like I had, yeah, it'd be like I'd have one woman and
I run a swim school, I teach swimming teachers. For me, it's a vital life skill, and it's regardless of where you live. Obviously, we're surrounded by the sea here, so it's really important, but anywhere, everyone should have access to learn to swim. The problem here is now we're the largest populated area in Cornwall, surrounded by sea and with no public swimming pool. So we have a few like hotel pools, but they're not particularly accessible in that they're generally open for members and guests. They have limited children's times and they're actually, for a lot of people, it's not affordable, it's a luxury rather than being able to go on a weekly basis.
It's horrific. There's no other word for it, frankly, because my youngest, she's autistic, she's 11. You know, it's taken her longer to learn to swim than anybody anyway. And now I have to trek across the county to do that. I'm a very, very busy woman, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it's the time demand, and I'm one of the fortunate people that have access to transport. Like, I don't know how parents do it if they don't have a car, because a lot of the pools that we have in Falmouth are private, members only. A lot of them don't take children, or if they do, it's like for this 2-hour period. So this idea that somehow you can just teach your child to swim in the sea, it doesn't work like that when they're learning to swim, because there's so many anomalies there, you know, with the cold, the waves, etc., etc. It's just not safe to do it that way, and it is absolutely crucial that our children do know how to swim, because we live on a peninsula. We're surrounded by water on 3 sides in this town. You know, of everybody in Cornwall, we need a pool.
From the children's perspective, that learn to swim, yeah, that's the most important thing for me personally, because as I said, we are surrounded by water and you know, it's a life-saving skill. You know, we interviewed quite a lot of some people who did learn to swim here, and it was also talking about what jobs that they go on to. So, I mean, there was a statistic that Gillingvay Surf Lifesaving Club, who actually have to go to Truro in the winter to swim, 70% of the lifeguards around our coast in the summer come from the local club. Loads of those children learnt to swim here. And that's what I'm saying. If we don't kind of, you know, do something now, where are these future lifeguards going to be coming from as well, if they don't have access to learn to swim?
So when we were getting our new kind of batch of sandhoppers, which is the entry levels, we noticed that a lot of them couldn't swim. And I think not just having the provision of the pool here and having those swimming lessons made a massive difference to those particular age groups. And I think it's a really important thing to just acknowledge that obviously these are the knock-on effects of COVID, but more importantly of a town of this size not having a proper 25-metre pool. And I think, you know, it's more important to have a pool in a location like Cornwall, where we're surrounded by water and everyone will use water, so to have that confidence is really important.
You know, I asked a parent, we always ask them when they, you know, inquire about lessons, you know, what's their experience, what's their confidence, and I said, you know, what, has she been in a pool? She'd know she's been in the bath, and that was a 5-year-old. You know, and that's shocking that we've got 5-year-olds that haven't even been in swimming pools because they were closed over COVID, and then literally after COVID, then this one closed down. So, you know, like we said, it's actually that family water time, and I think that's where skills are reinforced and learnt as well, not just in swimming lessons.
Friday night, and it was like 10 to 15-year-olds, you know, with a disco in the pool, and all my kids had gone through that, and it made me desperately sad that my youngest wasn't going to get that experience. We used to use it all the time as a family. It was one of the few places you could go, and there was lots of stuff that was fun, you know, and on a rainy day. So I was devastated personally when it was going to be closed, and it makes me sad every time I go up there. I'll be honest, I go and do Zumba up there, and I love it, and I go up there for tea and coffee and dog walks, but, you know, every time I look in the pool, I'm just like, oh, sad emoji.
loads of really ugly customers. Like I had, yeah, it'd be like I'd have one woman and